Test, 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 test. Hello, welcome everybody. I'm One Proud Bavarian, your host, and today I'm going to be joined by two co-hosts. The first one is Maple Leaf, and he's here right now, not currently here. We will be here in like 2 seconds. I'm currently muted in Discord, so forgive me. And then the second one is Zero Trips, aka Zero, who will be here in maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. We're going to play some Terminal Conflict. Terminal Conflict is a game that is currently in beta. I've done some videos on it. If you've never heard of it, this is the stream to check out. Because we're going to play multiplayer. We're going to play against each other. And as we go, we will walk through how the game works. How, you know, what to do with it. How to learn from the consequences of your actions in this game. And how to win, most importantly. I'm going to, you know, before the other two co-hosts can hear it, I'm going to trash both of them today. On stream, live, on camera, just for you. Let's just give Maple a shot, you know. Let's have him introduce himself. Hello, Maple. How are you today?
I'm good. How are you?
Thank you for asking. That's very thoughtful of you. I'm also good. Let's start playing. Would you like to host? And who do you want to play?
Would I like the host?
Yeah, do you want to host? I do it?
Sure.
Right.
No, I'll host.
Are you going to do US or the USSR?
Guess you'll have to find out.
I guess I'll have to. Is factually correct. Right, so the way multiplayer works is you connect via an ID that is given to you if you host a game. You can copy paste it in, and now I initiate the connection. I hope that it works. I've never actually joined a game. I've always hosted. Did I connect? Maple?
Is your thing ticking?
Yes, it is now.
Yeah, now you're connected.
Starting game is USA. Let's go. I'm gonna cut you, buddy.
All right, let's see.
I'm still in this waiting screen. Excuse me.
Oh, good.
Are you already in game?
You disconnected, it seems.
Right, beautiful.
So I won.
Wow, immediate loss. Now that's a bad start. This happens sometimes.
That's a good start.
Never forget that this is a beta game, but once we're in the game, it should be fine. Give me another key. Give the next key. So, by the way, for anybody that doesn't have any idea, what is this game about? This game is about the Cold War. It's a 1v1 scenario situation where you try to defeat your opponent. In this case, I will absolutely destroy Maple and show him that Canadian behavior cannot be tolerated. It is counting down. It no longer is counting down. You know what? I think I'm gonna host. What do you think about that, huh?
Just wait.
Right. You know what, Maple? I am rejecting your right to be a host. I am the host now. Right. I will send you this key. There you go. There you go. See, this is how you do it. Right, so how's this game played? I am the USA and I want to contain the USSR from advancing all over the world because communism is evil. I don't know if everybody was aware. For starters, for every timeline, which is 1946 to 50 right now, and then it will be 51 to 55 and so on and so forth, you have to pick a focus. So you focus on a region in which you will be active for this timeline, while the enemy also takes a region that he will be active in. Maple is weak and desolate and desperate, so he will be the one that starts with his focus, while my focus will be the second one. Also, you disconnected? Perfect. Maple, are you okay?
I am fine.
This is a bit of a rough start.
I think I need to, maybe I'll restart my game or something.
I like downloading something.
I'm not.
Posted you a new key. Oh, that's unfortunate, but we're gonna make it, I swear to God. Once it works, it actually does work. Last time, what did you download when you kept disconnecting? Was it just like Rainbow Six?
Yeah, but I closed that.
Why did you actually download Rainbow Six? Are you gonna play Rainbow Six?
I didn't want it to. It just updated.
Oh, you still have it installed.
It was only after it was done I realized.
Right. I actually uninstalled it a while ago. We should go back to Rainbow Six, you know that? I heard that the connection is actually good now. Sometimes. Are you joining this game?
Yes. I don't want to play the Americans.
No, I'm gonna play the Americans. I'll tell you what to do. There you go.
It says starting game. Oh, there we go.
So, still, we have to pick some focuses here. So, there's arms race and there's disarmament. Arms race, obviously, you know, allowing you to wage war, and disarmament making it so that you can push out the troops. Oh, that sucks. You know, I want to try. I've never done it this way, but I think I'm gonna do it this way.
Arms race.
Right. So, Maple's focus, he's the USSR, started in Indochina, or rather, Indochina, I was stupid, in South Asia, including Indochina, with Ho Chi Minh over here. And now it is his turn. He has 360 seconds, and since he... Okay, how do I, by the way? There you go. Beautiful. I just deactivated the arrow log so that we don't constantly see it. So, to see what he did, I can go into the message log. He fortified the Indo-Chinese zone and is now at level 2. If he gains to level 3, then this will be under his control. I'm, of course, not a big fan of that. Don't have anybody. Oh, Indira Gandhi will become active in the future. I could theoretically... You know what? Maybe I'll just do that. I'm gonna just... Ah, what? I see. I'm just gonna put some troops down over there, so we can threaten him and move maybe in at a later date. Or just, you know, succeed in general by conquering some areas here. Yeah, and as you can see, you just reinforced the Indo-Chinese zone. I'm going to do the same and take control of Siam and Malaya. And that should be good to go. The Indo-Chinese zone, I'm going to do the same. And now we just recruited. So the way it works is you have leaders and characters and decisions. Decisions are not yet implemented, as are characters, they're not yet in, but leaders are. For example, he just got Jawaharlal Nehru, who is Indian, I believe. Indian icon, lawyer and Marxist, dedicated his entire life and all his energies to Indian independence. Pacifist, he yet would see the atomic bomb as crucial to India's survival. So you recruited him, and then he also did something with him by fortifying his influence in Western India, which gives him a stronger position. Now please do note that he now has a 20% presence down here in India, or in the South Asian zone, and that makes it so that he actually does get a victory point for that. Why are victory points important? You can see it right here. You can gain a victory by getting 100 victory points or more than your opponent, or by just having the most victory points at the end of 1991. Now, the game actually ending in 1991 is unlikely, because I have had the experience with Maple that he is very, very interested in just killing his enemies. So we obviously want to do something about that, so that he doesn't get too many victory points while he's on the march to nuclear arms race here. As you can see, we also have options here for leaders, but I don't think I'm interested in playing those yet. I want to keep it here, I think. Now, you will see over here that we just ran out of FP. Those are focus points. Focus points are essentially how many turns you have in a timeline and during a focus. He still has focus points while I ran out of them. If you have any questions, as you know, just post them in chat, by the way. We will be able to answer them, hopefully. This is the highest tier
race
of terminal conflict multiplayer that you will ever see for the moment. Devs excluded, of course. The devs are probably much better than we are, but right now, we're probably the best players in the entire world that are not the devs. Congratulations, Maple, you made it. You are one of the best players. How does it feel?
I will forever be the best player.
I mean, I don't know about that, but, you know. So, what we're doing right now is we are playing my focus. So this is my focus in this timeline. I picked South America, and we're doing an arms race. You can see it up here as well, just as a reminder. And I want to do that so that I can build up my influence in South America and maybe get to 50%, because 50% would mean that we get 2 victory points for this region every timeline instead of just 1. Right now we only get 1. In the future we could get 2 if I handle it correctly. So what did he do? And this is interesting actually. So he didn't do anything in the theater that we are now in. We are currently in South America. He did something in Western India. He used Nehru, used one of his power points. He's now at 3. And he used them so that he could gain power in Western India. Smart move from him, I suppose, because now he's cemented his power with 25%. Winning it back, you know, turning the tide in South Asia is very unlikely at the moment. But why don't we just focus on, you know, our own goal down here in South America and fortify our position. Ho Chi Minh has fallen from power in South Asia. That is because he just used up his power. He's now at 3, which is very, very strong in Indo-Chinese zone. It means that it's essentially just his zone. You know, I have no influence there. It's all communists. Kind of filthy if you think about it. We're just going to keep reinforcing over here. We're now at 45%. It will take some time. We will have to go to 35 out of 70 influence points to get to 50% and get the extra bonus. But I think it will be worth it long term. So let's keep that up. Of course. So what he just did, he weakened my influence in the Bolivian Paraguayan zone. Not a big fan of that. That's kind of contrary to what I had planned here. Let me just look around, because we do have other theaters, of course, that we haven't been active in, such as over here. And of course, the home theaters exist as well, where you have most of your military troops. I'm just going to get active over here, I think. Why did I do that? Well, South Korea needs to be secured free of filthy communism. Wait, did you have one more turn, actually? Jesus. Where do you keep getting these points from? So now that the timeline of 1946 to 1950 ended, we enter a new timeline, and in between timelines, depending on what your stats were up here, you gain victory points. The victory points again are detailed over there. And now that we enter a new timeline, each of us picks a new focus. If we focus on the same theater, then we just stay in that theater the entire time, and we get whichever interest we chose. Now the interest, it's a bit tough to explain. Honestly, this game, there's a lot that is quite tough to explain. But I hope that we can somewhat get there. Now you see on the right how many focus points you get for doing something in a region. I'm not a fan of any of these, really. Not even gonna act like I am. Are all of these trash maple, like, unironically?
What do you mean?
They're all just disarmaments, every single one.
I actually have a lot of disarmaments too.
Yeah, I mean, we both have the same. We both have the basic same
I can
choice.
only do an arms race in North America and Central America.
Yes.
Everything else is disarmament.
Same. I don't like him.
So it's just where I want to do it.
So I think I know what I'm gonna do. You're gonna see why I did that. Oh, but you focused on South Asia.
Disarmament.
Again. So what disarmaments do is, it puts all the troops positioned in this region into retirement. It puts them into the command reserve. While a war zone, which Indochina was, becomes a non-war zone. So that now, you know, if I wanted to attack here, I would have to cause a war zone, which costs power and of course causes the doomsday clock to tick up, because, well, it's the opposite of peaceful management, isn't it? And as we enter this timeline, I can also show something off that Maple didn't do, which is an indication of what he may have planned or may not have planned. It's the space race. You can use military power to send satellites into orbit, to, you know, send an animal, then a human, then do the space rendezvous, moon orbital, and so on and so forth. And it will gain you prestige in the form of victory points. And if you actually finish it in the 80s for the Strategic Defense Initiative, where you can essentially, you know, disable all nuclear attacks that could reach a country, then you win the game. That is one of the ways to win the game. If you don't specialize into it, that is also fine. I think since Maple, and I'm going to explain it here, this is my thinking, I think since Maple doesn't start with the basic nuke tech because he's the Soviets and he doesn't yet know how nukes exactly work, I would assume that he spent his military power in the nuke department.
Our fighters and carrier fleets can now deliver nuclear strikes.
Thank you, Mervyn. And then we're going to send a satellite into orbit because we are the United States of America and we will conquer orbit.
We have launched our first object into space.
Now he gets this pop-up too, and it essentially tells him, hey, your opponent is one step closer to you know, getting the victory via the space race. But other than that, those things don't actually end your turn. They just give you, you know, an incentive to get victory points and to spend some military points. But we are, of course, still active here in this region. So what we're gonna do... Actually, I don't have to do anything about Nauru, I don't think. But I do think that we're gonna do... We're gonna position one right over here. And I think that should have a positive influence for the future for us to secure our position in this theater. Now, what is he gonna do? Maple, tell me a game plan. What are you doing here?
How do you...
Hey, Zero, hello. Sorry, I didn't hear you come in because it's deactivated in with OBS. Hello, Zero, fellow co-host, as our titles are these days.
Yes, are we hosting on something?
We are hosts on the show here for Terminal Conflict, and our name is, I gave the stream the name Super Secret Gang Plays Terminal Conflict Multiplayer.
See, I don't want to hear myself.
You should mute the stream if you are on the voice call. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah, I did mute.
So let me just see what I want to do here. I think there's one clear step. I'm gonna... Oh, I can't actually do it because I'm an idiot. Right.
So what's your plane, son? So you're the US.
I'm the US, yeah, and I'm just gonna show off right now, since this is not a primary theater, and he took this prior to me being active over here. South Korea cannot be attacked if it is an enemy-controlled region, which it is now, thanks to it being level 3.
Inactive, non-focused. Yeah.
Exactly, since this is
I don't think you can attack any other thing.
I could do it if it already was a war zone, or if it wasn't controlled by him. Then I could attack into it, but I can't do it if it is just controlled by him and a non-active theater. So I'm just going to go over here and do what is necessary. Right, and now here we come into my theater, the one that I was looking forward to. And I just got two influence for this. So how do you know how much influence you get? When you pick the focus on the right, you will see how many focus points you get by picking this focus. And doing that tells you also how much influence you get for disarmament. A bit complex, but that's how it works. And what I'm going to do...
So you can know in advance before even picking
Exactly. Absolutely right. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to reinforce my influence over the Turkish Cypriot zone, because it makes it so that Maple will be unable to bring out his ships from the Black Sea. Because now I'm controlling the Bosporus.
That's also what I did. That's why I think he wasn't able to deploy in
I do think
Cuba.
that was the case, yeah, in the private game. But let me just check something here. So I want to, so what he can do here, and I'm just going to talk about it. Maple is probably stream sniping me. He's a very mean fellow. So
I am not doing that.
Yeah, that's what they all say.
No, I see here.
Yes, they all say, huh?
In the viewer list,
viewers.
I can see Maple is actually like,
Oh, that's a lie. Complete lie.
So what you can do here, you can buy armed forces with money. I think all three of us are currently kind of undervaluing buying forces, but I'm just going to do it so that I can spend my money and procure one thing over here. But now that I've, secured the street here in the strait, in the Bosporus, rather, not the street, I'm not actually going to focus on the theater, but don't tell Maple. I'm going to focus on the West European
I'm
theater.
not going to tell you. Sorry.
And get active over here. Zero, how's the stream delay? Like, I'm gonna, okay, check this. I'm gonna click on okay right now.
Where's okay?
It will come up in a second, I think. I hope.
Ooh, it's a while, yeah.
Oh, that's a while, yeah. So what Maple just did was, he played Abdel al-Nasser. You may know him. He was a historical figure. And he's now a leader over here. You can choose to play leaders. I haven't actually played any leaders yet. I refuse to play David Ben Gurion yet, because I don't think he's all that useful for me at the moment. So I want to not focus on that zone. I only wanted the straight. And what
I think Maple is gonna snipe your straight.
I think...
Nasser.
I mean, if he is, I can just reinforce via false flag. But we will see when it comes to it. Right now, I want to reinforce West Germany, because West Germany is democratic, goddammit. Stay out, commies. So let's have a look at what the Soviet Union is doing here. He just used him, and he just, I believe, reinforced Egypt. But we are also at the end of the timeline, so everybody gets points again. And as you can see, I'm leading. Naturally, the most skillful player of them all is leading. And I actually just want to know what he properly did. Let me check the log in a second.
Is there even a viable strategy to get
Did do Egypt, yeah.
domination over a zone?
Yes.
You just keep doing, you just
zone.
keep doing arms race in the North America.
No, you should do disarmament as the US when the when the USSR isn't doing it. I think that would work because you would get 8 points in that. Yeah, I could do it right now. I could try it, you know.
No, wait, play the game.
But let me see.
But
what
I think that
that
zone is the only viable one to do domination.
I think I know what Maple is gonna do, and I don't like it. I don't like it one bit. It's 2. That's. I'm gonna do it though. I don't care, Maple. You can't outplay me. So I'm gonna do this one because it
did you post the link
influence.
to the terminal conflict Discord?
No, I didn't because it is a closed Discord.
Hello, I am a robot.
So Maple is now still choosing his focus, which is why this clock is ticking down. In the meantime, I hope that he, you know, isn't stream sniping me. Maple, close the stream right now. And
Fuck, I'm not. Don't worry.
I mean, that's what they all say.
I'll tell you, he picked the goal. Pacific disarmament.
I am right now. I'm playing Tito. Just so you know, Maple. I am playing him. I convinced him that democracy is good.
He put tanks on the Canary Island. And in Guam.
Exactly. Wait, are they? Yeah, they are actually there. I hate tanks so much. It's so weird, yeah. But again, I think that
Sir,
if you have a later
we're
version...
deploying 2,000 tanks on the island of Guam. Why?
Just in Guam.
A full army corps.
Oh, Maple played disarmament over here in the Middle East, and he's using his influence to gain influence over the Levantian zone. And then he uses Nasser to gain influence over Egypt, but he hasn't actually gained influence there, so that's good for me.
Why didn't you take the Strait, Maple? Even just making it neutral should do it for you.
Let me just think here. So, I think, first of all, what I want to do is, I want to do this one.
Our bomber commands can now deliver ballistic strikes.
I'm not going to do this one yet. I don't think we need the VPs for it. We're already leading quite ahead, and I don't want to spend up all my power. So in this version, just to note that, by the way, the resources, if you are maxed out on them, or if you have 0 of them, that would lead to domestic mismanagement. For example, the idea is, for example, if you run out of military points, your military is weak, you are a paper tiger, and you actually collapse from not being able to, you know, sustain your military presence all over the world. If it's too full, then you get couped by a military junta, and you essentially are dead. So try not to die. Yeah. Try not to die, that's a good call usually.
Or I guess he's dead.
I think I want to play Charles de Gaulle right now. Everybody should know Charles de Gaulle, right? If you're on this channel, if you don't know Charles de Gaulle, how did you get here? How did you do it? And I've played him, and now he's one of the leaders here that I have in Western Europe, and I'm going to reinforce with the help of him. Actually, you know what I'm going to do before I do that? I'm going to play Harold Macmillan. The good old...
you know, you're
British
stream
leader.
Sniping yourself.
I am stream sniping myself. I'm, you know, like, looking at this, you know, like, this idiot is doing stupid things. I could do it better. I'm going to reinforce the French-Belgian zone to gain actual control over it. There you go. Now, that is a nice blue Europe. I will also be back in a second. I'm going to crack a cold one open.
It's okay. While he's gone, Maple, I'm going to tell you everything about his tactics.
As I am cracking open a cold
He's
one.
going for... Maple, I'm telling you, he's going... What?
We are not endorsing alcohol, by the way. Alcohol is
No, I was just telling Maple what, like, your strategy is. So just so you know, he knows everything now.
Yeah, I do China and Africa.
Yeah.
That's my strategy.
Yeah, the 2 continents you specifically don't want to do.
I mean, somebody has to use them. So let me just see. I have 1 more focus point only, huh? And after that, I think what I gotta do is...
Such a fucking
So, there are more than 1 ability in every leader. Right now, most leaders have generic abilities, except in the East Asia zone, where you have Kim Il-sung and Mao Zedong, who have non-generic abilities, but in the
Which
future
suck.
they're gonna have more abilities. Right now I'm using the goal to reinforce over here in Italy. You know, essentially he goes on a state visit, meets the president of Italy or something, and then says, hey my friend, join NATO. And Italy goes like, yeah, NATO is cool, last time we joined a military pact, that was great. And Italy joins with the goal. There you go.
There's even Germany.
Disarmament.
So what happened here? I did a disarmament focus, and I'm getting 4 influence that I can now place anywhere over here. It also, you know, closed off all war zones. Greece, for example, still was a war zone. And what I'm going to do is a bit mean, but somebody has to do it. I'm going to take Norway so that he can't actually, you know, use his ships over there. I'm also going to take the Arctic province over here. I call him Svalbard, right? Isn't that like Norwegian? I can't ever remember.
Svalbard is Norwegian.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
The other island on further east, that those are Russian.
And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take Greece, because Greece will be the gateway down here into the Middle East and will enable me to do things. So now, as you can see, we have a very, very strong presence in Western Europe, and I think that's amazing, isn't it? That's
and Tito is like
incredible.
Enemies on all sides.
Yeah, exactly. Tito doesn't feel so good.
Mr. Hoxha. I don't feel so good. Yeah, Hoxha just...
There's Tito.
He's just building bunkers all over.
So Tito's power is being used right now to weaken one of my influential regions, in this case Greece, because Maple probably doesn't want me to transfer troops from Europe into the Middle East, because that would give me a huge advantage in that theater. It also meant, though, that he had to use 2 out of the 5 powers for Tito, which makes Tito considerably weaker. If I were to attack into Tito right now, he would most certainly die in the next timeline, which I think is pretty good. Which is also why I'm not going to do it right now.
I mean, you also need to pick this up.
Yes, but I could still attack. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
If you have Tito in this world, you gotta attack. That's all you can do. So, Maple just chose to reinforce Yugoslavia so that he could keep it under his control. For your information, this game uses historical leaders, and in the future, I think in the 60s, like 65, 70s, Maple will get access to Enver Hoxha. How do you pronounce the name? Hoxha? Hoxha.
Hoxha. Yeah.
Right, and he will get access to that,
guess.
And that may give him a bit of a benefit there. But for the moment, I'm just going to ignore Yugoslavia. Who wants to have influence in Yugoslavia? I mean, sorry for every Balkan person watching the stream. What am I going to do? That's a good question. Let me just check right here. Okay. What am I gonna do? I think I do wanna Oh, pardon me. Oh, okay, where do you use that power in Greece? Oh, +1 influence in Swedish-Finnish zones. So he just sacrificed Tito in his power to get 1 influence in the Swedish-Finnish zone, which of course is a bit worrying from my perspective. So I think, then again, is it worrying? Because he would still kind of be caught in here, you know. I feel sorry for the Swedes, of course, that would fall under Soviet rule, but at the same time, you can't win everybody over, right? So maybe I want to do something else instead. And I do think I know what I want to do. So I did disarmament, but you know, the US has always been kind of ambivalent to warfare and peace and such. So we may just march into Yugoslavia. And if I march into Yugoslavia, that will declare a war zone, which will bring up the doomsday clock, if you remember, but we'll be fine. Don't worry, doomsday is far away. And now that we have marched into Yugoslavia, we will have a chance to reclaim it. Somebody has to do it. That's all I can say.
It's not the 90s yet.
I mean, let's not hope that it comes to that, alright? And Charles de Gaulle, by the way, died just now because every timeline, leaders lose 2 points of power because they're aging and things. You know, it does make sense just because they are essentially growing older and political situations are changing. I may have been able to use his last point instead of sacrificing it, but I was of the opinion that marching into Yugoslavia was the smarter move. So, for the next timeline, 61 to 65, let's choose a focus. Pretty good one. There's a number of good ones in here. Right, I picked mine. So, just a reminder, there is a timer in this game. Hello from Russia, hello most AKK, how are you doing? I hope, sorry to tell you, but I hope that I can defeat Russia today in this playthrough. Oh, this would be... Oh, we both picked arms race, huh?
Comrade, Russia is but a part of the mighty Soviet Union.
So the thing is, just to point that out here, if he destroys one of my units, he will get victory points in the amount of the cost of that unit. And the cost, if you remember, we can buy forces right here, for an army command, for a tank, for example, is 4. So he would get 4 whole victory points. You always have to remember that in this game. It is very much significant in how you can approach the situation, I think. What we're going to do is, I just want to secure this area generally here. And just to say it, submarines have the ability, and I don't know if you guys actually knew that, but submarines have the ability to see what is in a different sea zone. Oh, interesting. So Enver Hoxha has risen to power, and since I had tanks there, he essentially had his own militia, right? And they fought, and he won. But it did cost him power, and because of that, he immediately fell from power again. Since he destroyed my tank with his leader, he didn't get victory points. He has to destroy my tank with a different, you know, army unit. Just to point that out there. He also took control of Sweden.
Like a real man.
Which I don't really appreciate, but it is what it is. What can you do? So I just got to reinforce my position, I think, for starters. You know, the thing is, we're Americans, right? For us, Sweden and Finland, they're socialists anyway. Why would we help them? I think it's good that they are under Soviet control. Really teaches them.
I mean, don't you already have Sweden? It's right there between France and Austria.
Excuse me. I mean, yeah, practically. I think actually. Oh, you know, Maple, I think. So wait, just to explain something, by the way, we didn't see what my opponent Maple did in the last turn because it was an operation that is pretty much covered. COVID, I think is how to pronounce that. So I have no clue if he put a troop down somewhere. I have no clue where he put it down, but I do want to find... Oh, I don't actually... So for intelligence, you need elite points, and I'm not entirely rich in terms of elite points. Let's focus on this one as well.
Our bomber commands can deliver strikes at a greater range.
And then what I think I want to do is just put down over there. Maple, don't you dare do what I think you're gonna do.
Which is what?
I'm not gonna tell you.
Yeah.
Maple really likes nuking.
He really hated it when I played against him.
You pushed me again.
You pushed me. Nobody ever pushed you. You just wanted to nuke. And in that one game, you even were completely inferior in nukes against 0, and you still nuked.
I mean, I was about to nuke it. I needed one more tech to max it out. Forgot to do it on my turn.
So, and as you can see, if you research nuclear technologies, it doesn't only enhance your ability to even build nukes. Right now we're building this many per turn, but it also makes it so that your nukes can be used much better. For example, right here, you know, this one gives you new weapons that can use the nukes now to distribute them once we have to nuke the USSR, those dirty commies. It's just generally good to build that up. Oh, I fucking knew it. He's done it. So, what Maple just did is, he moved in with tanks into the mainland Norway region, and he made it so that this is now a war zone. It being a war zone brought the Doomsday Clock up and destroyed my unit. By destroying my unit, he gained 4 victory points because it costs 4 finance points to buy a unit. I don't think that is too bad though, because we have, you know...
Oh, he can't go anywhere from home. You cannot go into...
Yeah, but I don't want to lose that region is the thing. I like having that influence there, you know. I want to contain him because it means that he can't break out. via that.
I mean, you have fighters in a carrier, you can snipe the tank.
Yeah, I mean, got him. Already did it. If you are watching, by the way, and you have any questions in terms of what this game is and what it does, just let us know. Just ask us, and we'll be glad to respond to you. So he just attacked from Eastern Europe with forces that he has in the theater over here. He just attacked into West Germany, making it into a war zone. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do this and prepare for the future turns. As you can see in this timeline, we both chose the same focus, and because of it, we have more focus points focusing on this theater. Now, war in Western Europe would have been disastrous, realistically, and it is. It's costing both of us a lot of, you know, resources to continue this war, but you gotta do what you gotta do. And here's also something that I'm gonna do. I'm gonna put an animal into orbit. That animal will be named,
We have launched our first animal
Most
into
American
orbit.
name for a female dog.
Stacy. Her name is Stacy.
Nice.
There you go, we've done it. And I'm going to invest 2 more to put a human in space. His name, Albert Einstein.
We have sent our first man into space.
Now, as you can see, that gave me a lot of advantage in terms of victory points. I think we can relax now on that front. And I want to attack again over here. And by attacking over here, I destroyed his tank and gained 4 victory points. Now, he was also attacking right here into West Germany again, but we were able to block it because we have so many units over there. Isn't it gorgeous? You know, just the defense network of the United States of America.
Can I point out something regarding your points, or will it that?
No, absolutely. Go ahead.
You would have had domestic mismanagement because you got maxed out.
I would have had a warning. This is correct. Yes, this is actually entirely correct.
And if you stay at that, you lose.
I think it's like 3 turns and then you lose. I think that's how it goes.
I mean, you can spend people rather easily.
But
like
that is
moving
actually
around.
a good call, because like we were trying to play in a way where we don't have domestic mismanagement, despite it being deactivated in this version. We want to play as though it wasn't deactivated. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to a different theater and focus on that. I'm going to go. I always forget it every time. God damn it! Oh, you know what I can do though. Ooh, no, stop doing that. Stop throwing nukes.
You can maneuver.
I got on the nuke button by accident. Yeah, I'm just gonna march into over here. This is good. So, and right now for Western Europe as well, my strategy is to stay over 20%, which makes it so that I am able to get points from this region and to contain his access to, you know, the Atlantic Ocean. I have Svalbard, I have mainland Norway, I have Italy. I don't have Spain, which is a bit of a pain, but that was a nice rhyme actually. But, you know, you gotta do what you gotta do. We're gonna get Spain eventually, I think.
Question, do you get points from war zones?
Yes, you do get points. Like, the points are determined just by how many provinces, how many points you have in total. So I have 29 out of 75 gives me 38%. That is presence, so 20% gives me 1 victory point for the region of Western Europe, while he gets 0 for Western Europe.
He needs 1 more.
I'm gonna reinforce this region. So he just tried to bomb me with a bomber. I mean, obviously, but since I had fighters actively there,
with a fucking trebuchet.
Since I had a fighter over here, he got caught off guard. And what I'm gonna do right now, I'm just gonna position this one here, just for the record. So he just attacked again, but again. So here's how combat works, by the way. We're gonna walk through that. It's very, you know, it's quite simple, but it gets complex just by the depth of this game. If you have a tank unit in a province and he attacks you with a tank unit, both tank units will go into reorganization and are not destroyed. But if your tank unit is in reorganization and gets attacked, it will be destroyed. So me having the number of tank units that I have here means that they are in a rotation where they can be attacked by his and not be destroyed, because there's always one that isn't reorganizing.
Unless he has overwhelming numbers.
Yeah, unless he had overwhelming numbers, this is correct. Other than that, I'm going to focus on something else though. I'm going to absolutely go over here, reinforce once more, because then we're so close to gaining tangible benefit from this region. By the way, if you have any questions, post them in the chat. We're going to read them all, we're going to answer them. If there's an aspect of the game that isn't quite clear yet, it takes some time to get used to it, but the longer you look at this, the more you will realize that you can play it like chess. You can play ahead for you know, several timelines and make a general game plan. Anyway, new focus choice.
But there is a certain random aspect to it as well. There's a bit of luck to it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there always is in these games, I think. I mean, I
for example, the focuses you get.
But then what I think about the focus is actually, like, it just changes what kind of goal you want to, you know, if you want to go for nukes, if you want to go for the space race.
You're still planting control, but it changes it up, so it's not properly actually.
You know,
Arms race.
Oh, we both picked it again. So both of us again picked arms race in Western Europe. This is a very monotonous
Maple was going for the nukes, maybe. He wants to...
Yeah, I feel it, but I don't think he's going to win with it, I'll be honest with you. I don't think it's going to cut it. So, right now it is his turn, obviously. You know, maybe he wants to keep attacking in West Germany and waste his focus points. So what did he do? We can't see it, so he probably positioned a troop. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to finally use some intelligence here. Right, no. Oh, actually, I want to try this one. Oh, let's see. So, what I just did shows me what is going on. And, I want to do something first, though. I want to keep this one up.
Our submarine fleets can now deliver nuclear
strikes. We will be able to do it soon.
I see. Just saw what you did.
Yeah, it's pretty good. And then we're gonna just go right over here. And that should actually, if I'm not mistaken, okay, I might be wrong here, but that should... Yeah. That bomber squad is dead. Killed. Murdered. Perfect. Excuse me? Oh, that was terrible. Now that was a terrible loss right here.
What you do?
You're gonna see it. It's very depressing.
Yeah, I thought of that.
Yeah, I thought
you need to protect your.
The thing was just like that. I thought, like, I wasn't entirely sure how his moving in there would work, but it worked in his favor. Turns out.
You know, subs are dangerous. Especially for the US, they are very dangerous. I don't think Russia has any
immediate
carriers?
revenge. I don't think they had carriers, but
they can
purchase them at least.
Yeah, I think they're very pricey.
Wait,
I think they're 6 points.
Did you just do that?
Yeah, he moved a boat in the middle of Germany.
Did you stop doing that? Are there troops on that boat, I wonder?
It's landing in Spain.
You just gotta ship through. I mean,
you can sink that with a carrier.
You
don't have it.
Yeah. Wow, nice giving away my secret realities.
Not super close to it because he would see it anyway.
Nah, don't worry about it. I'm just joking, okay? I'm just kidding. He just fell from power, obviously. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that away. So now he doesn't have control over that anymore. He just tried to do some intel, you know, some reconnaissance, finding out what our troop setup is over there. But let's be real, he already knows because he's probably stream sniping, just like Canadians do. Right, and he just shipped in here, destroyed our...
There's a new viewer on the stream. I will not pronounce your name, Nikolai.
Nikolai, yeah, it's good old Nikolai. So what he just did is, you know, the naval combat is very easy to explain. It's rock, paper, scissors. So Subways? No.
Yeah, they're like
they make
the
you a
sandwiches.
nice baguette, they make you a nice sandwich, and then they destroy your carriers, okay? That's what the subways do. The carriers kill the surface fleets, and the surface fleets kill the submarines. But the carrier fleets, and not the carrier fleets, the surface fleets, like the one he just used, can also just carry troops. So that is essentially what they can do. Now, let me just have a look here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to pull... some of these out. Or at least one of them, rather. And now we have to see what we will do here. I'm not quite set on it yet. I kind of feel like... Actually, I don't know. You know what? I actually want to check something first. Tell me about this. No, wait. Wrong one. No, that's not what I want. This is what I want. Right, okay. Now that I saw that, I think what is more important than engaging with the tomfoolery that he is putting out here is not being reactive, but pushing him down actively. So I'm gonna sustain the attack over here and keep his fighter wings into constant, force them into constant reorganization so that they aren't any threat to me.
Question: can fighters attack ships at sea?
I am actually not
bombers?
sure. I thought about it. I
we
think
should-
bombers
we should
can
try.
do it, but I also know that, like, I mean, as a surface fleet, you have some
I think the
anti-air,
surface
right?
fleets, can defeat planes.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe bombers can destroy submarines?
Wait, did you actually just... No, okay, good. My question is... but I can do this. So I'm gonna keep harassing him over here. And force him into reorganization. Never forget this one though, because that is important to the entire strategy that I am currently pushing forward. And I have no clue what he just did. It didn't actually show up anything, so I'm still curious to see... Oh yeah, look at that. See, this is what I was expecting as well. So we're just going to put down this like this. So his way is obvious. He wants access to the area over there. He wants access to Norway. And that is something that I certainly can't allow. So my big question is, yep, perfect. So I have now forced all of his troops in the Sweden-Finnish zone into reorganization. And that essentially means that he's unable to do anything about it. That he's unable to counter me. Over there, at least. Question is, though, I may have miscalculated. Please no. Yeah, this is what I thought.
Please no.
It's just this Eastern Europe. So he can attack from Eastern Europe with his troops into West German. The West German
because
zone.
this is an arms race region.
So I want to test this actually. Yeah, that's the good stuff. Perfect. This is fine. This is now fine actually. Before that I was kind of worried. Now I'm no longer actually worried. Or am I? I'm gonna get this one. Put it right over here. Now this warfare brings both of us a lot of victory points because we're constantly destroying units of each other. And this is indeed a practically, World War 3 going into the hot phase slowly but surely. What did he do just now? Right, let's go on, take a little cheeky look at his territory over there. I see. I think we're well positioned here. So what I'm just gonna do, I'm just gonna ignore whatever he's doing. Do this. Because now, what I have done, I have pushed this up to 50%, which makes it into a 2 victory point zone, instead of a 1 victory point zone. What did he just do? So I think he's just deploying units, isn't he? Wait, why can't I...
He's coming for you.
Oh, there you go. Okay. I mean, I think he kinda is. But I don't. The thing is, I have no clue in which theater he deployed units. But what I am gonna do is I'm gonna, let's ignore you, I guess. But what I certainly should do, I mean, let me just have a look over here. Yeah. Okay, so if I were to control Greece, I would be able to march down there, but I don't control it, so I can't do that. Sadly enough.
Just a reminder, it's all your fault.
Are you gonna try to nuke everything again?
I don't know, am I?
I mean, I don't know, you tell me. So, and now that you can see it, I get two zones, from the North America and from that other zone that we got here. I get 2 victory points each instead of just 1. Very, very considerable, and I think a more than valid strategy. Right, so we are back and have to choose a new focus. Now, my focus is very clear. This is what I have to do to live. I'm curious what he does. Don't, Maple, hey, don't look at the stream.
I haven't been looking at the stream at all.
I think that you actually have been looking at the stream the entire time. What is your defense?
That I haven't.
Hey, strategy meal commented. Hi guys.
What'd you say?
Yeah,
The
strategy mill,
developers.
Developers.
Watching you, Maple.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, watching you stream snipe. I think it's a bit dishonorable.
Funny.
Oh, look at this name. This is a good name. You know, as a German, I can tell you, that's a good name. That is an extremely good name.
That's best name.
That's the best name that you will ever see.
Race.
It's gonna be so good.
Next to that other name.
I know you don't even know. Maple doesn't know. First of all, I don't know why you did arms race over here.
Arms race in America.
I try to.
It's not fucking.
No, I'm telling you straight up, it doesn't matter. This is what I'm doing, buddy.
Yeah, no way to defend it except all these fucking troops.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. Level fucking 9. So what happened is Helmut Schmidt, amazing man. My probably my favorite. Okay, he just got into power over here in West Germany, and he knows what's good in life and in love and in, you know, whatever, dude. And he has 9 power because he was able to get all, you know, essentially control and support of my local military units.
The fighters.
I'm not entirely sure though. So the thing is, why, you know, this is a paranoia. This is the game of the mind that you have to play in this one. Why did Maple do an arms race in North America?
I think I know. I'm not gonna tell you.
I mean, obviously he has to do arms race because Maple is somebody that always goes for the nukes, so he needs military points. Let's take a look. He did pick military points. Question is just, what is his plan? Now, in terms of victory points, I am very clearly leading, and he tried to do a false flag. Ah, see. So, let's investigate that. He regained control of the Swedish-Finnish zone. Okay, wait, I have to... There you go. Now it works. I don't know. I don't see it. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna... Wait, let me think. I have to think. I always fucking forget. Do I put... I think I have to put this down, right? Am I mistaken here? What was the fucking triangle? Every time.
Triangle means you put them
No,
like I had.
No. I
had
got
a
it.
triangle when you put like I put tanks.
No, I mean a different
directly in a
triangle.
flip.
I keep, you know, like the thing with me is I keep forgetting what is the rock paper scissors on the sea. Every freaking game I'm like, wait, which one was it though?
Oh, that triangle.
Yeah. I mean
it's easy to remember. Just the destroyers they seem submarines.
Yeah, I always when it comes to the destroyers, I actually think of Hearts of Iron. I'm like, wait a second, in Hearts of Iron I sent destroyers to destroy submarines, so that should do it, right? And it does. I don't think this number... So, just to explain this screen, this is the launch author authorization, and it shows, you know, what we think, how many casualties each side will take whenever things are going on. You know, whenever we actually launch all the nukes. Greenland? You gonna be like this? Wait, why? Why are you gonna... Are you... Wait, one moment.
This is a nice strategy for me. If I think he's doing what he's doing. If he's doing what I think he's doing. In place.
I'm not entirely sure what he's doing yet, but we're gonna find out.
He's trying.
You attacked Helmut Schmidt? Is that actually what you're gonna do, buddy?
Apparently, it actually attacked 2 tanks.
There are still 2 tanks there, yeah, that is entirely correct.
This is the Munich Olympics.
I thought they were supposed to appropriate all units.
No, I think it's only like... I don't actually know.
I think you can appropriate units to a maximum.
Yeah, I think it's the maximum of 3, I believe, but I'm not
3
entirely
units,
sure.
yeah.
But I mean, you know, would make sense, I guess, but I don't actually know. Maybe it just appropriates units from one type only, so only whatever is more.
Yeah.
Either, you know, air
you had
fighters
3
or...
fighters.
Yeah. Let me just take a look here. What do we want to do? I feel like right now, at this very moment, I feel like I forgot my entire game plan. Because I'm just so shook that I don't know what Maple's actually trying to gun for here.
They should appropriate all units. We got a report that.
We're gonna report it. Okay. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna complain because my tanks still exist. So, all right. So let's note that down as they should actually appropriate everybody. Keep in mind, everybody, this is a work in progress play, and we've already made it quite far. I think, like when you look at this, how we can play it, it already is a functioning game. But the features
the basis
and bugs,
of it is already
etc. Yeah, they're gonna be adjusted, of course, over time. So Maple's thinking a lot, I think. Pole pot, really?
Just wants that juicy doomsday.
1 power. I mean, actually, maybe I want to do that. I don't think Maple's going to succeed with the strategy that he's doing here. I don't see it, but maybe I'm just wrong. What do you have there?
How you have like 1 timeline left, 2 timelines? Dog.
No, we have 3 timelines after this one.
Oh, right.
Yeah, to the 80s and then 2 times 80s. What do you just do? Oh, +1 influence in Greece, buddy. Aye, buddy. Friend. Led, buddy. Let me just take a look at what is going on. Right, still the same old. Wait, I want to use something that Zero keeps using, but I just don't understand it. I actually
I mean, it's easy to understand, just don't use it.
It's like... Can I...
I don't know
I mean,
when it's
wait, actually, this is a waste
I
of
don't
time.
know when it's Decimals, like what it means, like...
Wait, this is
what
actually...
changes if I deploy a unit?
It doesn't even matter, this would have been a waste of
0.6.
time. I don't wanna waste my time like that. There's no point in that. What I'm gonna do instead is I'm gonna, you know, if I have him already here, it's fine. I'm just gonna use it for that. Because it would have been a waste of time. Because the timeline, not the timeline, the focus in this timeline from Maple was ending. So what I'm gonna do right now is, I think I should do this one, huh?
Just 2.
There you go.
Because you keep playing as you.
There you go. Pol Pot has died. So, I just did a disarmament in Europe. And with that, I secured my influence in Greece. And now opened up a road for me to go into the Middle East. And Pol Pot died because the timeline ended. Goodbye, Pol Pot. The Khmer Rouge are gone.
You are done killing people who were classes.
And also, this is important. So, I'm assuming, because Maple is a bit of an aggressive guy, you know, he's Canadian. And I think Canadians have a lot of anger down there after saying sorry all the time. And I think that he's going for Doomsday. He wants the nukes to fly. So what I just did was disarmament, so that the Doomsday clock would tick down. When you do a disarmament, the Doomsday clock ticks down for every unit that gets put into the command reserves, which was quite a few. Now if that happens, that means the Doomsday clock was like, I think like half, and now it ticked down to 0, so we are back at a good level at which we can survive. Now time to pick a focus right here. Ah, I'm not sure yet. What is he getting here? So he has a... Oh wow, damn. Maybe really pushed that. The influence over there. He did really push that. So what I'm gonna do is, I think... Yeah. So, Maple is concentrating on Western Europe.
Disarmament.
And it's disarmament. So he's getting +4 influence, so he can turn around some stuff. He flipped the Swedish Finnish zone. What else is he gonna flip?
Greece.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta do Greece at that point. So he invested 1 point in the Swedish Finnish zone and 3 in the Greek zone, which is perfectly fine. Did you position troops, or what did you do? Okay, let's spy a bit on Maple. Sometimes you gotta spy on the Canadians. There's nothing there. Huh. Right, so he has neutralized Greece again. Still controls this one, but that doesn't actually give him sea access outside, you know, to access other regions. I'm still kind of worried wherever he actually puts down his troops when we can't see it. I'm not entirely aware where he does it. However, please note that we can do this one.
Our nuclear strikes can now hit multiple targets.
And we're gonna do the space
We
rendezvous.
have completed our first
Somebody gotta do
rendezvous
it.
in space.
If Maple can't afford it because he's too poor, then we gotta do it. It's the USSR, they don't have money. But we do. And, you know, so this game has historical figures, and it doesn't differentiate between good and bad figures. It just uses those figures, right? It's rather realistic, I would argue. I'm gonna just play this personality. I think everybody knows him. But now we have him as a power source over here, which is quite nice, and which we're gonna utilize later.
Wielder of weapons of mass destruction. Hey, this was a lie, okay? Bush made that up.
I'm gonna push you down over there though, so that he has to reinforce that and waste one focus point on it. So, what did he do? What did he actually do? He keeps positioning troops, and that worries me a lot. Just, where does he position these? Has to be right here somewhere, right? Actually, I am not actually aware what exactly he's doing. Right, now my focus comes along, and my focus is disarmament over here, because I've noticed that he has 40% presence, and I do not like that. So I'm going to weaken his presence considerably. Now that is a good presence. Almost non-existent presence right there. Putting troops in here would obviously be extremely expensive, so maybe not the best choice. Or maybe it is. Who knows? Gaddafi. So now we're in the Middle East, and neither of us are actually focusing on the Middle East, but we are positioning troops there to isolate others from gaining access or success, you know, in the Middle East. Who just pinged me on Discord? Who did this? Oh, it was Prasel. I'm getting succulents from near you. When did he start? Oh, holy moly, pardon me. When did he start with the succulent plants? Prasel has like 1 million.
Yeah, like this one. Loves this succulent. They're useful.
I wish I was good with plants. I'm just actually terrible. I had I think like 2 or 3 orchids within like the last 6 months. And you don't even need to water them that much, but I just like don't water them at all because I forget about it.
Poor plant. I had basil plant. Even if I watered it, just died after a while.
Oh, what is Maple doing now? What is he considering here is the question.
Oh, it's still my turn.
He was considering nothing. Well, tells us a lot. That you know, that also tells a story. Okay, so he's trying to reinforce Libya.
As you do.
As you do. What I would like. There you go. Cool. I hope this number isn't correct, man. I don't know. It might be. What did you do? Why did you... How many troops are you positioning that I'm not aware of?
I mean, can he make use of that number, though?
I mean, like, it depends on where he produces... If he positions them so that he can nuke me, I'm practically done, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he needs still Doomsday. It's at 0 now.
Yeah, of course. But it's still 2 more timelines to come after this one, so maybe I'm completely underestimating what is going on here. Wait, did you attack Saddam Hussein? Fighter command? So we know now he has a fighter command somewhere. It's either here or here, I think. Wasn't that fudge? Oh? Helmut Schmidt, you gotta do what you gotta do. Actually, I think I made a mistake by doing this, but we're just gonna roll with it. I thought that this, you know, whatever you can see on stream here, that this might be important to get, but I don't actually think so. Looking at it. So what would actually be the important one at the right move here?
Yeah, no, it's not that important.
Yeah, yeah, right. That's what I was thinking because I already blocked the most. Like, you know, you got.
I mean, it's not even important for you.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it would be important if I didn't have control over what I have, right? Like right here.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, I don't actually know. Maybe it's kind of taunting me into just positioning myself in, you know, assuming that he's gonna try to nuke me. I don't know if that's actually gonna be true. Right, and this timeline ends right here. Let's hope that the next one will be nice. So Maple, I have one question here, legitimately. Do we do disarmament starting at the 80s, or do we just block it entirely?
I don't know.
Yes or no?
I don't know.
No, there's a North American disarmament right now, tell me.
I'm not doing it.
Alright, that's all I wanted to know. Then I'm not doing it to you either. I just wanted to know, okay? That's all this was about.
Alright.
Ooh, this one looks kind of nice. Then again, I think this one is better.
Arms race.
Arms race in the USSR. Let's see how it is. So with the arms race in the USSR, he very much likely wants to get some influence here towards the towards this.
Fucking...
So now we know that this stuff is over here. And I think what we're going to worry about, it's not even this. I think what we're going to worry about is this. But actually, I want to check it first. Yeah, let's go. Psst, psst, psst. Don't you talk about it. There's nothing to see here.
What?
Nothing.
I mean, no.
Nothing's going on. I actually literally did nothing. I just ended my turn.
I had forgotten, but he has really easy way to pick up the Doom record. That's West Berlin.
Yes, that is West Berlin. Let me just look again right here. Oh, would you notice that, huh? That means, if I'm not mistaken in my logic here, that means... No? What? Oh, so, okay, then I guess I know. Okay, you know what, I just want to be entirely...
Nice try there, buddy.
How did... You don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, I do. I saw that. You failed.
Oh, shit, you did see that. I think what we're gonna do... what we're gonna do... Either? Oh, I could go to either, right. What we're gonna do is... Man, I'm kind of tense. I'm not gonna lie to you.
This would be a really eventful couple of timelines.
Let's see. Let's see. Did you just try that, Maple? Take that as a yes. What the fuck just happened?
As if.
What the fuck just actually happened, though?
Well, you mean in the Arctic?
What just happened there?
There was once a very muddy had 4 images.
I don't know. Like, there's still 4 in there. But I don't know. I have no clue.
They're
what
all
just
over
happened
the country. They're even North America. I think it's a visual bug.
Yeah, but I actually don't know what just went down there. Let me check.
I think you sent one of the submarines into reorganization. Maybe?
I mean, I don't know if I did. I don't know what I did do, you know?
See, like he did
Why
with
did
the...
that happen?
What
What
happened?
Did you have like 4 submarines there and all are dead?
Yeah.
Got him. Got him! Real good!
No,
Baby.
there's something wrong there.
I mean,
I
I
shouldn't
think
have 4 subs just die.
it's just a skill level difference, really. If you think about it. Excuse me? Didn't just do that, did I? Alright, buddy. Alright, so here's the Doomsday mechanic. Maple
Yeah, because you screwed
loves
it.
the Doomsday mechanic. So let's see how this goes. Maple, tell me. I will launch it, but tell me, how many nukes do we actually have?
36.
Okay, I have 40. It says you have 60 in my estimated value. So let's see. Let's watch the map. Let's see how the nukes fly. As you can see here, we're enabling everything. And then a classic Maple game.
I'm really mad now.
The strategy mill said, that's wrong indeed. Add 40 victory points to Maple. I mean, you know what happens. Hey, it's a beta version.
Oh, look at them nukes go.
They were all there. They were gonna go fire from the Arctic into the US, but no. You had to ruin it. You had to glitch it out.
So, why are you nuking Africa?
Hey, don't ask, okay? My nukes are going there. What I do have to say though, I think I also
There are so many nukes there.
I don't think I was bad at positioning my carriers and my bombers
so many
either.
Nukes in
Like I had so many nuclear abilities in Europe. I think I wasn't bad
Wait,
at positioning either.
Oh, where are these nukes going?
You're bombing yourself at this
strategy mill is saying Maple should
I
have
have a
40
single sub
VPs.
In
So it's a
Look at all
troll,
these
guys.
nukes. I still have 7 left, it says.
Yeah. Yeah, the devs have said that Maple should have 40 VPs more.
I mean,
I think this may be the beginning of a winning streak.
thank you, Mervin.
And the friendship of a lifetime.
I'll be honest with you, Maple. I think, of course, that shouldn't have happened, okay? But I don't think I had my ships positioned that badly either. Or my fighters and my bombers. I think, like, I was stacked at shooting at you. The only thing that I did regret was that I wasn't able to position anything in Turkey. Because you kept getting Greece. But other than that, I don't know, man.
I'm mad.
It always ends up like this. Maple loses because the game glitches out the last second.
But I'll be honest with you, Maple exclusively also goes for the nukes every time.
I know, like, the thing is, this time I wanted to see what it would be like when I did put subs in the Arctic and have them fire nukes, but you completely ruined it for me.
I mean, you know, it obviously was a bug. I don't even think, because the thing is, like, I sent 1 sub in there and my sub killed 4 subs. Obviously it's a bug, but I think it was a pretty good game. I think especially to learn how it works.
I'm infinitely mad.
By the way, don't worry, Maple just is mad. That is just his standard situation. Do you want to play again, Maple, or do you want to play Zero? Whoever you wants to play.
I don't know, does Zero want to play you? Because I'll watch.
I want to play...
Alright, Zero, I will play you. Do you want to play USSR or
yeah,
the
sure.
USA?
I'll take the USSR.
Alright, you've never done the USSR before, so this is going to be interesting. I'm going to give you the code right now in multiplayer. It is.
I haven't even started Steam, so hang on.
You have 76 seconds. And here you go, you know. So everybody ignore what Strategy Mill just said, that this is not intended and a bug. I am just a very, very skillful player, okay? And freedom ain't free, it is true. Better better dead than red, not the other way around.
Better red than dead. That's Stalin's quote.
That is Stalin's quote.
Better red than dead. They say you either red or you go to Gulag.
But Maple, good game. It's just Like, I'll be honest with you in that regard. I think, like, you always just go for nukes, maybe. You just...
No, but because nukes are fun, man. I know it's the Cold War, but making it go hot is really fun.
Yeah, I agree. I agree.
Especially
absolutely.
because I'm spending the entire game basically trying to find ways to get
Strategy Mill is siding with Maple. I will call this one in favor of Maple, as he would have won because he would have eliminated your ability to deliver the nukes before you had the chance to do so. So with your submarines, I guess. So here's a question actually that I have to that I have to ask: is there, like, in the staging of the nukes, right? I assume that submarines shoot first.
Yeah.
And what happens afterwards? Like, is it the silos
I think it's
shooting?
submarines.
Also, the timer just ran out.
You might have to.
Have you started the game? Zero. I'm just gonna log in again, and everybody, please look away. My password is definitely not Schnitzel. There you go, challenge mode. Wait, have you opened the game yet? Zero. Is Zero dead? Did he just pass away? Did the Russians get to him? There's a lot of questions.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Give me a pass.
I posted a new ID in multiplayer. 68 seconds. You got it.
I really wanted to try to do the thing I did last time, which was to get a path to go to the Caribbean with subs.
Yeah.
But I never got the prime. I never got the setup good enough for disarmament and Castro and all that.
I mean, but
I
even
think
then,
either my game's the connection is fucking me up or something, but
I just
doesn't let me connect.
Okay, wait. Let me just generate a new ID then. Let me just wait. Actually, let me restart the game. What gives? I think Maple. I don't think you could have done it had you. Like, I might be wrong here, but even had you
I got
the right
a bad setup this time, and I focused on South Asia immediately, which wasn't a bad.
It was actually a good decision, I think. You know, I counteracted that by pushing you down then, but with the disarmament there. But I don't even, you know, had you gotten a disarmament and whatnot, I don't think you wouldn't have gotten in because I had control of the Bosporus and, you know, Western Europe entirely. I don't think it would have worked perfectly, but I mean, yeah, with the nukes, I mean, it's just you always play these fucking nukes, and as the USSR, you can bring it up to the maximum right away with the Berlin attack. So Zero, are you in the game?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Okay, one moment, please. Wait, why is it not showing terminal conflict as a? One moment. I gotta do something.
I just want to say I blame you because you started it.
I started it. How did I
you
start
invaded Yugoslavia. It's all your fault.
I don't think that's.
I mean, you did.
Yeah. Every time I play Zero, he
it's
does
a multiplayer, by the way.
Game's going perfectly fine, and then someone invades Yugoslavia.
I don't think that is what is defined as starting World War III, you know?
It says starting game.
Yeah, no, it's starting. There you go. Now we're playing Zero. I'm back as the USA. Here's the USSR. Let's take a look here. What can we do with a drunken say? Oh, you just disconnected. Okay.
I think this may be
an
the
immediate
beginning.
victory. I am.
Okay, let me restart the game. I think it's my connection.
I think it is your connection.
It's been a bit weird.
This was a speedrun of playing this game in multiplayer. It wasn't Zero's internet. It was just he you know, he fled from the superior strength of the Bavarian Navy. Okay, by the way, I want to read this. I want to read this out. They all shoot at the same time, but of course travel time is different. And unlike submarine fleets, air-delivered fighter command, bomber command, carrier fleets can be intercepted. So submarine fleets, the nukes that they shoot can't be intercepted. So I guess that the assumption is that my fighter commands would have or could have been intercepted by you, and that is what would have brought me down. I'm honestly like I don't want to, you know.
I should have invaded East Berlin like a focus point earlier.
You should have actually done that.
Yeah, you should have done
absolutely. That. I didn't. I moved. You tried to kill the submarine with a fighter, right? Initially in northwest Russia.
I tried to at least take it out of combat.
Yeah, and you did with the bomber. You did. It pushed it into reorganization. Yeah.
Are units that are in reorganization not gonna shoot nukes?
That is a good question. If that can be answered, can units that are reorganizing shoot nukes, or like does that status matter for that?
Because you could like deny
a
launcher. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm waiting for the key.
Right. I waited for you. All right. Here's the key. Multiplayer.
Is this stream being saved, by the way?
Yes, it will also be published afterwards.
Okay, good.
But I mean, I think we all know that we're gonna. I think like what I want to do is just do proper episodes and do streams. I think like this multiplayer version is absolutely. We're gonna, you know, like the past 2 days we just played this game in the evening, so I think we're gonna do that again and again. Let's not disconnect. But here we are. Zero is now.
Okay, we got a confirmation.
I still got the.
Oh, reorganizing units do not actually fire nukes. That makes the last turn before the nukes so important. Like if you have a plan to fire the nukes in this timeline, then you want to force every. Oh, all right.
I knew you.
It doesn't connect. It stays on my screen. What if I try hosting?
Maple, do you? Yeah. You try hosting. Try hosting.
If he can't get it to work, I'll play another game.
Yeah, but you should play the USA then.
Yeah, I'll play America.
So
the key is in the thing.
Yeah, I am joining. Starting game is USA. You just got initiated? Did you?
I got. Okay, I think I did. No, it's just say waiting.
Well, is it still the same key?
Yes.
Zero. You don't have bad internet anymore. Like last year you had terrible internet, but now you have great internet. What happened?
Today is weird. Try again, then.
Right, give me Give me your number, and then we'll see. Am I in?
It says challenger connected. Select your faction.
Yeah, just press start. Just press start. When it says that, just press start.
It says waiting.
Oh.
It doesn't say start.
Okay, I don't think we can make it happen. I think.
Yeah, I don't think.
No, you just have to wait. Just wait.
I don't think. I mean, okay, let's wait. How's everybody doing? Isn't it a wonderful day?
Challenge connected even disappeared, so I don't know. I don't think we should wait.
You know what? Okay, let's both close the game. I want one last attempt. I'm gonna host. You're gonna join.
Okay, I'm restarting again.
Then we're gonna see. Yeah, just restart the
Before I do that, quick speed test. Okay, I got max speed. I don't know. Let me close the fucking stream even.
The stream. It's just too much internet. You can't handle that. Okay.
I'll try everything.
I will post it in multiplayer. Oh, we can do it. Let's try to not disconnect. Are you in?
It's started.
Let's go. We've done it. See, it's just persistence. Persistence is key. Zero, I'm asking you, do we do disarmament in the regions at all? Do we do it in the 80s?
Yes, we can do it in the 80s.
In the 80s, alright. Okay, starting in the... well.
You win!
Another victory for me.
Why?
Okay, man. Okay.
It's connected.
I'm sorry. Alright, Maple. I need you to join.
Alright, I'm still here.
It's in multiplayer.
It's weird.
We're gonna figure it out. Yesterday it even worked.
Yeah, no, it worked fine for me.
Yeah, it did. Tell me when you have connected. I can't believe that it's already 2018. I'm like an old man sometimes.
I'm connecting.
If I test my internet, it's good.
I don't know what it is sometimes. Like, I swear to God, yesterday, for example, it worked perfectly. Are you connecting? Maybe. What does it say for you?
Just patience, my man.
You always say patience, and then you nuke everybody.
That requires patience. He had it set it up quite nicely. You had to ruin it. He did. I mean, here's the thing, though. Here's one thing that
was kind of weird.
Hello, I'm glad.
Active action. Oh, I broke it. Maple, I just broke it. I have to restart the game. I actually just deliberately broke it. I'm sorry. Let me restart. But here's the thing though. When I move my submarine in, submarines, as far as I know, can also see enemy submarines if they are in an adjacent sea zone. And I saw nobody up there, which is why I moved in. I think there must have been like, I don't know, maybe it's the Arctic. It's got to be figured out. You know, if you're watching this game, especially if you're watching the video on demand, again, I just want to mention it again. This is beta. But what you're seeing is already a working game. Period. I think I can absolutely stand by that. Just judging by the hours that we have spent in multiplayer so far, that we're going to spend. It's just that some stuff is obviously buggy, doesn't quite work yet. But that's a beta. Welcome to general beta development. But what we're already seeing here could be a full game, but you always have to realize that events, decisions, characters are not implemented or not put in and balanced yet. That's why they're not in this version yet. By the way, I posted the ID in multiplayer. So do not worry. This is an incredibly solid state for what it is at the moment. And I think, there you go. Right, are you in?
I am.
Perfect. Let's not. If you drop out now, then I think it's actually me. It gotta be me then. Oh my god, how to play the USSR. So this is, you know, I guess it's good that I'm the USSR now. How do I do it?
Gotta nuke Maple now.
You gotta nuke Maple now. That is true. How much would you? I keep forgetting looking at the actual.
Move one submarine.
Oh shit! No, you
in
know
the
what?
Pacific, kill this way.
I want to try this one.
Disarmament.
Did you do? Why'd you do that?
Oh, you also did it? Oh my god! No,
I saw 4 + 4 influence, and I was so tempted.
I wanted the Bosphorus. I was like, I want the Bosphorus. Okay, so just to remind everybody, when both do it, nobody gets the disarmament influence. It's just long now. I'm so mad that you did that, mate.
We have enabled our nuclear arsenal production.
Oh no.
Sniper.
It actually is stream sniping, straight up. You gotta call it. When you see it, you gotta call it.
At all.
That's what they say. And let me just do quickly some. Oh, I can't. Oh, people power. Whatever. I want to position you there. So I mean, what am I gonna do now, Maple? You ruined it.
I know I ruined it.
The Soviets are a shit load of them.
You know what? This is the Tito time. I can't actually do it every time. Wait, just explain this to me. Why can't I do that?
Can you do what?
Don't worry about it. That's private knowledge. Oh, I'm an idiot. It's disarmament. Well, I think I played myself here. I think Maple played me, and then that leads to me being played. No, I absolutely played myself here, because as the USSR, you are actually, if you get an arms race in the Middle East, like, I mean, obviously I banked on him not doing this, right? But if you get an arms race in the Middle East, you can position troops so easily over there. It's really, really simple. And now I just fudged it. Now you can get the Straits of the Bosporus. No, Maple, show mercy. Sometimes you have to show mercy, okay? Can we get it just, you know, hey, Maple, please. I just gotta do false flags here. Oh no, come on. Oh, I got lucky, okay. Right, so I just want to thoroughly explain it to the players. So we both, to the viewers, I mean, we both did disarmament in the Middle East. And doing disarmament in the Middle East, if only I did it, would have given me, what, like 4 or 5 influence? I could have secured the Bosporus. That means I can get my ships out of here. He just reinforced his own over here. I could have got my ships over here. Maybe could have even gone to Cuba in a later timeline when, you know, I can... Where is he? Spawn in good old Fidel Castro. And now, since we both picked it, neither of us actually got the bonus for it. And now we're here. This is an abstract feeling of pain.
It's all your fault.
I don't agree. I had
You
a
push
good
them.
shot here.
You push them.
No. Hate it. Honestly, I keep looking at the hint that reorganizing units do not fire nukes. That changes so much in how I would handle, you know, the last part of the nuclear
Yeah, you just
warfare.
go on a hunt for submarines.
Yeah, you just, you know, like you just take whatever, the destroyer, even a like you just force them, even a sub. It doesn't. I mean, then I guess you don't shoot, but you just want to take them out. Oh man, it's game starts like these. Every game start is different, and in this one, maybe you think I don't see that. I can't do anything about it though. Why do you have to do this to me? All right, you know what?
Why would you do that?
What do you mean? What happened?
What do you mean? What do you mean?
What do you mean? What does this mean? Does it mean... Wait, can you tell me what your troop in South Korea is doing? Is it reorganizing?
No, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone because it didn't actually show that. Like, I have 0 points still. 0 victory points.
You're a bad person.
I mean, I can't agree with that, you know. Right. I wish I had more of these. And again.
Wait, that...
It's not, it isn't brick. It wouldn't be one, but it tells me there's one. Fair enough.
It's another region.
What do you mean?
The Arctic.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, yeah, I know what you mean.
You cannot move across regions unless there is an arms race.
No, yeah, but like this wouldn't cause a war zone. It isn't technically true what it's telling me. It isn't. It could be if there was a unit in there, but there isn't. This is all I'm saying.
I mean, it's still controlled by...
Yeah, but you can move in if you don't cause a war zone, and I wouldn't. But technically, technically the game is right. I could be. Right, what did he do anyway? Fighter command. That's fair. Let's just do this one. Ah, tough start. Tough start. Maybe
yeah,
really
try not to, you know, screw us over.
I mean, you try that. I had a great idea there. I gotta disarm it in North America, man. What do you think about that? That's not worth it. Actually, I mean...
Do I want to do this?
I don't think that one is worth it. I mean, it might be, actually. It's so tough. I'm actually not set on a strategy as the USSR right now. I don't know what I exactly want to do.
Alright, I'll do this.
guess I'll do this. I swear to God, if you're doing the same thing, Maple.
Arms race.
Oh, you're not? Okay, good. South Asia. Disarmament. Ah, that's kind of sad. Obviously.
Really? Really,
yeah,
man?
Really? I swear to God, stop making everything in nuclear war just because I'm invading Scotland, okay? Holy moly, I've really noticed just how different the resource management is as the USSR. I don't feel very confident. Sure. I think this is fatal. Forgot about it. I forgot about the space race as is tradition. I always forget about nukes and space race. Every time. Doesn't exactly bode well though.
Oh, you can dump all your points in.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I know. I always remember too late. Oh, really? Ah.
I mean, are you trying to make a short game here?
That's actually a really good question, you know. Are you trying to make a short game here? Maybe I am, maybe I'm not. It's just can't really count it the way I would like it to be counted. I don't feel confident in my USSR plays at all. You get destroyed there? Contained by enemy. Oh, okay. Man, I don't know. I feel so much more secure in how to play the USA. How do you... Didn't you Zero? I think you played... No, you only played the USA so far, right? You lose connection? Zero?
I don't know if he's here.
Alright, that's fair. Maple, what's your general USSR strategy if you don't want to nuke everybody?
You slowly die. You win the space race.
It's your turn, by the way, Maple, just FYI.
I know that. I'm just
I did win the space race once, but I'm not sure that I can beat that. Also,
trying to ignore.
Our bomber commands can now deliver nuclear strikes. Can now deliver nuclear strikes. We have launched our first object into space.
You just put another one in there. Of course you did. Oh no, you didn't. Good night. Ah.
Disarmament.
Wait, did you know this maybe you never told me? This is fraud.
What is?
When losing a battle in non-war zones, you get the ability to withdraw your unit to a possible available adjacent region. That makes the unit be hollow. Fighter and bomber commands lack the ability to do this though. Yeah, I noticed that they get immediately destroyed. So, wait, did you just withdraw your units this entire time, Maple?
No.
Wait, what?
I didn't have anything there. You just kept fucking attacking.
No, you had stuff in Germany.
Yeah, that's the point. Only in Germany. And you just kept attacking it.
Right, but could you withdraw?
I couldn't reinforce it.
Could you withdraw,
I can't attack into Eastern Europe. I don't know. Probably. Probably just the one tank unit in there.
Right, you know what I'm gonna do? There you go, buddy. Ho Chi Minh officially won the Vietnam War. Congratulations. Still, like, I know for example that your commitment in East Asia is so much bigger than mine. Maple is correct. The one army command could have been withdrawn to a friendly Italy, but all other regions were blocked as the leader was blocking France. So, okay, so you would have had to control Italy, and then you could have withdrawn it. You could have withdrawn to France, but since de Gaulle is in there, he was like, NATO troops, get out. Understandable. Did you just... Maple.
Yeah.
Do you enjoy pain?
Yep.
Right, holy moly, that's no joke. Every playthrough teaches me so much more that, man, yep, it's quite something. So that means that you could plan advances without giving your enemy victory points, as long as it's a non-war zone. So if you can, as the Allies, for example, as the US, if you can keep down Yugoslavia in a non-controlled region, you just really get done right there. Ooh, Maple, please don't. All right, you know what? I'm committing, Maple. Oh,
no,
you didn't do
he's
it?
Doing it.
Disarmament.
I can't believe it.
I can't believe you've done this.
I thought we were ending up with the same situation as earlier.
You can take the Bosphorus now.
Our bomber commands can now deliver ballistic strikes. We have launched our first animal into orbit.
There's a place where you don't put down early influence and fly under the radar. Yeah, I can definitely see the strategy behind that. That is rather interesting. Man, oh man. Maple, what is your experience with the US? Give us a little rundown. Maple?
Processing.
I think he actually is. Maybe just, you know, just drop that right in front of his computer.
Vacuum stopped working.
Vacuum may have actually stopped working. Maple, are you actually dead?
I know I'm here, just...
Oh, it's just thinking. Leave it be then.
Absolutely not. Give me a rundown, Maple. What is your experience with the US? What do you
There's
think?
nothing I can
Maple
do.
machine.
Do you think you can play better with the US than with the USSR? Where are your strengths?
No.
You actually think the USSR is better for you?
Yeah.
Holy moly. Really?
Because the way the resources work for the US and, you know, just your focuses you're doing, I hate it. I hate all of it.
Well, I can just tell you, I'm extremely bad with the domestic management of the USSR. I can do the USA so well, but the USSR is way tougher for me.
Our bomber commands can deliver strikes at a greater range.
I'm just gonna retake Germany. Every time. I swear to God. Right, you just... Wait, what did you do? Which one did you reinforce? I'm just looking at this. I'm just straight up running out of resources all the time. I have to play the USSR more often. Really? We're gonna focus on Africa? Since when do we do that? Freaking Great Lakes.
Disarmament.
Of course.
Get the hell out.
I don't even know if the Greece strategy is actually viable at all. Probably focus on Egypt instead. Wait, what did you do? I hate it when I can't know what you did. Every time. Oh, right, we advanced. What did you actually do? Can you tell me? Like, okay. Oh, man. Right. I want this resource, so let's see. Let's hope that he gives me this one, and then we can see. Maybe. I will actually be back in 5 minutes. Talk amongst yourselves. Thank you.
Disarmament.
I will first position my influence, and then I will give you your turn. Then I will be gone. Okay, be right back. 1 moment, please. I've returned, and I see it is still your turn. Anything happened that I should know? I don't think it did. Also, for anybody watching this game, I think the first one is more high quality because Maple and I know both what we're doing roughly. In this one, I'll be honest with you, I have no clue. How did I mean, fuck. Oh, come on, Maple. You did a focus with elites. Are you kidding me? Why did your focus is elites? Why did you do this?
Yeah, I know. I need it.
Do I actually? I think I do. But how many? Yeah, no, that would. I'm not gonna do it because it would push me into mismanagement, and while it doesn't put me down, I don't want to do it. I don't want to risk it. Update. The Arctic issue is being resolved and will be included in the next patch as a game rule. Until that, add 10 victory points to final score for each sub-court there. I mean, I'm actually not sure. I think I probably would have lost in that case. Just position troops, huh? Keep positioning. You gotta. Are you doing this? Are we doing nukes again, Naval? Is that what we're going for here?
Arms race.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. And it's just supremacy, I suppose. Oh, really? Oh, you're gonna go for the victory points, yeah. Pretty far away from those victory points, though. Can't even. Man, I'm thinking. I don't. We keep
How many
talking
nukes do
about
you
this.
have?
Wouldn't you like to know?
I kind of would.
How many do you?
'Cause I'm noticing how the nuclear tech for the U.S. it's much earlier than the one for the Soviets.
It's not actually much earlier. It's just that you start with one, with the 1945 one. Yeah.
No, it's earlier. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you start early with one. I have to pick it
No,
up
I
later.
mean the years you can start researching them.
Are they? I don't think it is.
The last one I can research is in 1970.
Mine
All
is
the
also,
ones before that, it go up to 1959.
Mine my last one is 1960. I don't think that the difference is that relevant. You just start with one tech that is set in 1945, which is why you're a bit earlier. But other than that, I think like let me just give you the numbers: 49, 55, 55, 57, 59, 60, 70.
I already have all the techs except the last one.
Oh, I have one less. Wow, that's rude. But that is just because I can't afford it. That's unrelated to anything else.
It just seems really fast. Anyways, it's your turn, eh?
I know. It's just.
Hello, I am back.
I don't like my turn.
It's your turn, eh? But
there's one thought I have. I don't know. I thought and I hoped. I know it's a long way around, right? But I thought that getting the Bosporus and then getting Egypt would enable me, even if it is great at great focus points cost, but I had hoped it would enable me to put troops into Cuba. It doesn't.
So that's actually what I was gonna ask. Because you own the Bosphorus, are you able to move anything that way?
No.
I
mean, I can move troops into the Bosporus and into central Turkey, but I don't know. There's something I don't get. I have submarines.
Yeah, how do you get troops to Cuba?
Yeah, that's the question I can't answer. What I was looking into. I mean, obviously, like around Africa is very much the long way. Maybe this African lake zones. I don't think that's blocking me. I just don't think we understand how it works at the moment.
You gotta control that zone in the Arctic.
Nah, you can't. I mean, you can't control that one.
I mean, there's Svalbard and Iceland. I mean, the Russians did kind of sneak it in. Otherwise,
yeah, but they did do it via the Bosporus. They came in.
Yeah.
I suppose that they came in via Spain, but like taking Gibraltar is very much unlikely.
Yeah, but they didn't move like actual. A lot of military personnel and shit, just missiles and some soldiers.
It's just I'm just looking at this. I'm just like my idea was going around and then going to Cuba. But I can't do that the way I wanted it to. Like, you can do it in other ways, I suppose, but I can't do it the way that I wanted to do it. Could I? No, obviously not. Like, just logistics are not. I mean, obviously it doesn't support it. Down here, neither down there.
This is because you already have two. You can see the cost of deploying in Cuba with the thing. No?
Yeah, but like I don't.
How much is it?
No, wait, check this. Cuban Bahamian zone lacks direct path to logistically HQ in Central Russia. I understand.
Huh.
I understand why, because like Western Europe is obviously in his hands, and I assume that, you know, if I controlled Norway, I could do it. Wait, Maple, I just have one request here. Do not retake Norway, okay? I just want to put it down to 2 and see if I can do some. Come on, dude. I want to see if I can do something about it. No, there you go. Has been done.
No.
Oh, come on. All right. You know what? It's gonna be a day.
As if.
I'm gonna start the next timeline. I hope you realize that. Maybe, you know what? I hope I get lucky here. Ah, I didn't at all get lucky. Bit. It's kind of sad. Which one to pick here? It's so easy to know what is optimal for the US, or what is like good for the US. I don't think there's anything optimal here for the USSR, man. I don't know. You know, obviously need this, but at the same time, I don't like that this is this one. I don't like that.
Arms race.
Why?
Why not? Don't be rude.
No.
Just kill them all. Well, I mean, there's only one answer to that. I wonder, this should do it, right?
That's how many points?
It's just... Okay, so whatever moves into the Arctic kills whatever was in the Arctic. So I just got another 10 points. Maybe I think we have to stop with this meta. No, we just keep sending things into the Arctic. And you know what no, actually, you know what? Like, the thing is, the subs that get pushed out of the Arctic don't actually get destroyed. Not a single one of them. They just go into command reserves. So I think, since this isn't resolved yet, we should just leave this meta with the Arctic behind, okay?
No, just remove everything from the Arctic.
Oh no. Wait, when did I actually do it? I did it right here, right? Yeah. Oh, you know what? Wait, what? Wait, am I actually...
It's your turn, eh?
I know, I realize. I'm looking at this.
You should use the button too.
I can't do it. Isn't this... Am I confused?
You should use that button, yeah.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't do it.
No available surface rate.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it already has... I don't think it has anything in it. But does it? AC? I mean, I can't do it anyway. Oh, I just don't have any people. Sorry. Now I understand. I don't have any people points. Yes. Okay. I think I gotta be getting here. Right.
We have sent our first man into space. We have completed our first rendezvous in space.
I put this here, I just can generally, I assume so. How does it feel being behind Maple, huh? Oh, did you see that? USSR 37, USA 36? Man, that gotta feel bad for the USA. How did that happen?
How did that happen?
Being behind? How does it do it? What is this? Pause.
We have completed our first orbit of the moon.
Also means that in the next timeline you're gonna be first. Then again, there's still a lot of foci to go. Like a lot of turns to go.
Hey, you have domestic mismanagement.
Nope. Takes a few turns to actually kick in. Still fine.
You would have the first warning. But you need.
We're gonna get people.
Disarmament.
Nope, it's all gonna be perfect. Like this would be fine. Even in with domestic mismanagement on, I would still be absolutely fine. It's a lot of points, babe.
China doesn't get the glory.
Wait, shouldn't we be getting peoples for this? Isn't this a focus? Yeah, this is people focus. But I guess because I'm... Let me just quickly... Maybe. You know, how you doing, Maple? How's the game treating you?
He's a very solid boy.
Why am I not actually getting any people points? I wasn't even active outside of the theater. Why didn't I get any people points?
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, are you actually... Please. Ah, that's not enough. Ah, now you're ahead. I'm ahead, and that's bad. Why didn't I get any people points, actually? Like, I just actually don't know. I mean, it worked right now, but I had to stop by, so what's good, my man? Jonathan Jeffries, nice to see you. This is Terminal Conflict, a game in beta. I hope you should check out the first game that we did, where we actually understood what we were doing. We're still, you know, learning by doing at the moment. And it's a very interesting game. You should actually check it out. It's quite worthwhile. And how are you? How are you doing, buddy? Please note, by the way, that Maple is currently stream sniping me to find out what focus I'm doing.
Whatever.
That's why it takes him so long. That's just the natural.
I don't know why I didn't get any people power.
Wait, you didn't get people power either?
No.
Yeah, neither did I. But you chose China people power, right? Weird. All right. Then in that case, it's both of us. Kind of getting joked on there. Good night, sweet Gandhi.
We have successfully landed a man on the moon.
Listen, I will nuke you. Try to go on the moon.
Could you stop? Could you stop the nuking at any point?
I can't.
I wish you could. Why am I... Wait, did you now pick... Oh, you did pick people power, right?
Yeah, now I have a people power.
Yeah,
For some reason I didn't notice it going up last time.
No, it just didn't get up. I didn't get it up either. Wait, did you... Is this true?
It's not true.
Oh, hello there.
Is what true?
Nothing.
Oh, okay, I see how it is.
Nothing is going... What do you mean?
Are you pushing it? Stop pushing it.
Nothing is going on.
It's gonna nuke you, you know?
Do not nuke me. There's no war zone there. Nothing happened. This is not under anybody's control. They welcomed my troops. South Korea looked at me and was like, you know what? We like not eating.
They were a bit of a diet.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at her. Middle East, huh? I still don't... What I still am thinking about is, how do you actually... How's there... Like, I guess you could, you know, plan it from very early on. You plan to get ships into the Caribbean. And I suppose that may be viable. But isn't there a different way to do it? Like, is there a way to do it via building up logistics? Do you have to... If you controlled Norway as the USSR, could you do it? Wait, this is my last turn. I don't want to do that.
Okay, I'll be right back.
Alright, I'm gonna tick it down a bit and just evaluate my strategy. So, assuming that he's not watching, I will absolutely go for the space race. I can't play anything but space race Soviets. I just can't do it. I don't think I can get a victory with victory points. Nuking is always a strategy, but, you know, considering that the Arctic is broken at the moment, which will be fixed in the next patch, I can't do that either. The only thing that I can do right now is space race, in my opinion. And I think I'm ahead, because I think he was thinking, which was viable at the start, that I would go nukes, which is why he invested more into nukes than I did. I just stopped investing right here. I didn't even do these last two, which means that I'm ahead, very much ahead in the space race. I think he has like at least, you know, he needs, how much does he need for these? I don't even know. I think it was 3 still. Yeah, it's 3. It's 3. So he needs 3 for this. I think he has 2 right now. So that means he's 2 military points behind me. I could get him, especially in the time frame that we have the timelines, as long as he doesn't cause a doomsday. If he causes a doomsday, I'm gone. Look at this stuff. What I want to do...
Arms race.
It's going to go ahead and do that, even though it brings me down there, but I mean, oh, hey, it doesn't exist. Ain't real, buddy. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to march in right here. And now it's his turn. I hope he comes back in time. If you have any interest in this game, I just want to mention that go to the website. I think it's terminalconflict.com. Let me actually double check that. I will put it in the description as well once this stream goes into the VOD realm, into VOD. Yeah, it is actually terminalconflict.com. Go over there, subscribe to the newsletter, get recent news, check out all the dev diaries. They're very informative. The staff, the developers are very much dedicated to this game. They're very friendly in terms of just, giving feedback and whatever is necessary. Also, Maple just took control of Central Turkey. Welcome back. I think, though, that's actually fine, right? I believe so. And just, try to get into the loop. This game is coming, and it's going to be great. Just, what you can see here is essentially still, a build lacking a lot of the features that will be in the endgame because they're not balanced yet. But they are conceptually already conceived, and I think this is going to be amazing. You better not miss this, because this is going to be a Cold War game that's actually good. How often do we get that, eh? Yeah,
we have built and launched a space station.
I don't like this.
What do you mean?
This is a bad game.
Did I tell you about that one time that I juked Zero? It was his first game, to be fair. I'm not trying to dab on him, okay? No, was it the second? I'm not sure. But like what happened was I banked, because we had fought over there the entire fucking time. I banked on him doing a focused arms race in China, right? And it didn't matter what he picked as long as I picked military, because that makes it so that you get double the turns with only your focus. So in the second to last, or even in the last timeline, I think I got the space victory race by getting military points from that occasion. Also, it's my turn. No idea. Why am I not getting military? Are you getting military points?
I am, yeah.
Oh, maybe I did get it. I just missed it. Oh, wait. You know what? I think I did space race and then never realized that I would have to do the next stage as well. There's still some time to go here, which is kind of worrying. Maybe I should have rushed it. But then again, that is only the contingency plan. Wink, wink. I'm muted Discord. It's totally not. I have no other plan than space race. So, alright. Still Middle East, yeah. Still arms race. We did get 1 point here, which is nice. Now, the question is, I don't want to make this into a war zone over here, because I definitely don't want him to be able to just crash me. Look at this. I would get absolutely decimated, and I do not appreciate that thought at all. So what I'm going to do is not this, because I can't do it. What I'm going to do is just I'm just gonna straight up, honestly, I think I'm just gonna march in over here and then try to take this. I have a continuous line here. Maybe that is what will do it. That would give me access to Africa, but I don't know. I still don't know how the fleet exactly works. But imagine this, right? I can go through here and then maybe into Africa. I don't know if that is how it works, but I do hope so. Did you run out of focus points? I think you did.
No.
You didn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh, you just did your turn really quickly. Wait, I didn't. I missed it then. Oh, you just positioned something. Huh. Oh, good night. Sweet prince. Alright, let's see what this timeline brings. Now, the big question is, right, this is, yeah. Yeah, this is not. Okay, I'm leading in points. So that means my focus comes last. This is first. His is first. I I think what I'm gonna do is this one.
Arms race.
Interesting. What are we getting for this one? Oh, okay, I see. Elites.
You can spend elites to get some more points.
This is true.
Playing as the US is so weird to me.
It's so much easier.
I'm just not used to it. I don't find it easier at all.
I just like, I don't know, I don't feel comfortable as the USSR. I can't, I'm not good at it. I'm just really not good at it. And like, I'm telling you straight up, by the way, I would have crashed into domestic dismount. I mean, one time it just didn't give us people, but I still would have crashed into a domestic mismanagement. I'm just with the USA, I feel like I'm so rich in resources. I never run out. There's not a single chance in hell that I run out. Right now, I have 0 people, I have 0 government. I'm just gonna tell you straight up. I have to learn a lot about the USA, the USSR. With the USA, I'm much more comfortable. Also, hello, Peter Hansen. How are you doing? Nice to see you. Hope you're having a good time. Excuse me? What did you just do? Where did you just march in? I heard the sound. What happened? Hey. Oh, I see. I see. I see. Is that it, huh? Is that how it's going?
That's how it's going.
I don't actually know if I can do anything. I don't think I... Oh, no. What can I actually do? No joke. Can I do anything? I don't think I can. Like, I actually think I'm physically unable to do anything. Because of how I played it. I mean, oh, I can do that. I'm an idiot. Like, could have known that. But you're just pushing there. I understand.
Can't let me have this, okay?
What? Can't let me have this?
Food.
I mean, this is the Bay of Pigs, but successful.
Yeah, the dams are pointing something out in the chat.
Let me just... maybe I got this, okay?
No, I think you actually did do.
I just want to mention though, like even if I do have this, I would have had mismanagement this entire time. But there you go.
We have launched a missile defense system into space.
Good night. Oh, there you go.
I think this may be the beginning of a winning
Space
streak.
race.
And the friendship of a lifetime.
I think what we learned from this is that we are respectively terrible with the nation that we haven't played that much. I think I'm actually practically pretty good with the US, but I'm awful with the USSR. Oh, I want to learn the USSR.
Wins.
Right, so that was just... So what happened here? This is how this win works. Just if you followed this, you know, please disregard just how awful we were. But I want to point out, besides the deaths, we're still the best players in the world for this game. You're watching the elite play this game, but we were awful at this one because Maple can't handle the USA very well, and I can't handle the USSR very well. But how this victory works is I launched. How does it exactly work?
The Space Defense Initiative.
Yeah. What is the actual term? I always forget about
it.
It's essentially a space defense force. Not in terms of like super soldiers in space. It's more like just you have
the Space Force.
It's the Space Shield.
You have the Space Shield. You have
lasers in space that can shoot.
You're talking about the Star Wars project.
Yeah, basically that.
Yeah, exactly. You have a let's just call it defensive lasers in space that will catch nukes that are targeted at a country and make it so that any other nation that has nukes is rendered incredibly
the actual name
unimportant.
Was Strategic Defense Initiative. SDI.
Oh, the SDI. Yeah. Okay, so with the SDI that I just developed, I rendered Maple, and Maple. Maple wants to engulf everything in nuclear hellfire, and I rendered him, his nukes useless because now he can't nuke me. He would shoot the nukes, and then my SDI would go like, boom, you're done. And then we would develop the Death Star, and we would destroy a planet, and then some random people with laser swords would come and kill the Emperor. That's just how the story goes. Everybody knows it. But that was the victory there. We're going to be back hopefully next time with I think next time, like, if you guys are available, I would like to play tomorrow as well.
Okay,
that sounds good.
Well, like I said, tomorrow I might be a little bit busy.
If you come later, I might just start with Zero. I think I just got unlucky with Zero today.
Like I said, I might be at least an hour late tomorrow.
I mean, that would be fine, I think.
But we'll see.
Yeah. We're gonna figure it out, but we're gonna stream this game. We're gonna probably do like a little series on it, on this version of this game, because I definitely want to learn the USSR. Right? What?
Even on this version, with the way it is, it's still incredibly fun.
It absolutely is.
Yeah,
I agree. It's like, the thing is, I've been saying this yesterday when we weren't publicly streaming, we were doing it privately, and I mentioned that I feel like when you look at how the systems work together, as an outsider, as an observer's perspective, how they all work, how did they come up with it? That's just like the feeling that I get, because every system, with the USSR, I felt, despite like winning with the space race, but I felt incredibly helpless because the points that I could have spent, I needed somewhere else. And again, had domestic mismanagement been turned on, I would have lost like in the 70s, in the 60s.
Not only that, but you also have to consider that, we're not playing with any of the event chains or unique characters and such. So the entire point bonus or the points pools is going to be completely
rebalanced,
different,
revamped. Yeah, it's incredible to think about that. Just the complexity. We've seen in scenario 7 with China. And even in that scenario, only at Peng Dehuai, you didn't have. I always forget, Lin Bao, I think, was the other one. There are 3 generals, I think, that you can use as decision sources, and they are going to change everything. And I don't even know how that works. They're like, how Mao is going to interact, because there was the Sino-Soviet split, and there's depth in here in a version that doesn't include the event chains, the characters, and so on and so forth. And again, if you're watching, if you are seeing this video on demand, as like once the stream is over and it's just published, definitely subscribe to the newsletter. Check out, the Facebook, the Twitter. There's interesting dev diaries every so often, and the updates that we've seen so far with this multiplayer version is nowhere where it's going to be at launch, and it already is incredibly in-depth. I can only recommend you checking it out in, getting all the information that you can. It's definitely worth it. And we're going to be back probably tomorrow with another stream. Hopefully I can hopefully we will get better with the nations that we are not as familiar with, and hopefully the connection with Zero starts to work tomorrow. And
hello, I have button.
And this is the end of the stream. Thank you for tuning in. Zero and Maple say goodbye, and then I'm gonna turn it off.
No, bye-bye.
Alright.
Bye.
Alright, see you later, and until tomorrow, until next time. Bye.